Google is spending $190 billion in capital expenditures this year, and they are using it to kill the chatbot. Instead of answering questions one by one, they are building a massive infrastructure of autonomous agents designed to run your life silently in the background. Until now, artificial intelligence has essentially been a superpowered encyclopedia. It sits completely dormant until you type a prompt, gives you an answer, and goes right back to sleep. You have to do all the steering. That limitation ends with Gemini 3.5 Flash. It's a new AI model that processes information 4 times faster than previous versions, and it costs a fraction of the price. Because it is so incredibly cheap to run, Google can afford to leave it turned on. That continuous uptime creates an agent. While a chatbot takes a single command and stops, an agent continuously monitors its environment, makes its own decisions, and corrects its own mistakes.
Google is replacing traditional software with a new infrastructure that navigates the internet on your behalf, even without a screen. The first phase of this rollout targets your daily routine, starting with the first major redesign of Google Search in 25 years. Search for an astrophysics concept or a moving plan, and Google triggers a generative UI. Instead of static blue links, the system analyzes your text, images, and open tabs to build interactive mini-apps live on the results page. This moves into full autonomy with Gemini Spark. Spark is a personal assistant that lives directly on Google Cloud, meaning it operates 24/7. Your laptop can be completely shut and it keeps working. It continuously scans your connected apps. If it sees that your child has a soccer game tomorrow on the family calendar and notes you are assigned to bring nut-free snacks, it will automatically find those specific items, load them into your Instacart, and simply wait for you to tap pay. You are no longer running your own digital errands. You act as the final approver for an entity that never sleeps. The strategy now extends beyond domestic chores. The second phase pushes these autonomous agents directly into high-level creative work. With Gemini Omni Flash, Google is moving past models that just predict text. This system can generate highly accurate finished video media from a single typed sentence by relying on everything it already knows about the physical world. When researchers asked it to create a claymation explainer of protein folding, it generated a fully narrated, scientifically accurate visual of the complex folding process. Nobody uploaded a voiceover script, and nobody attached a research paper to guide its accuracy. That same logic applies to software development through a feature in Google Flow called vibe coding. You can describe a custom video resizer or a visual effects generator in plain English, and the AI will build the working tool right on your screen. The technical bottleneck between having an idea and holding a finished product is disappearing. If you have the imagination to describe it, the system has the capability to code it. The third phase removes the human from the building process entirely. AI agents are now diagnosing and fixing their own errors without any oversight. Anti-Gravity 2.0 shifts the workflow from single prompts to multi-agent collaboration. You deploy a fleet of AI models that work in parallel, each tackling different pieces of a software problem at the exact same time. When developers prompted these agents to build a cyber-themed version of the Chrome dinosaur game that plays itself, they generated the code in seconds. But in the browser, the AI player kept crashing into the obstacles. The human didn't have to type a new prompt to fix it. The agent noticed the failures in the live game window, investigated the error, and rewrote its own jumping logic entirely on its own until the game ran perfectly. This level of autonomy is now extending into full physical simulation through DeepMind's Project Genie. You can pick a real location on Google Maps, like the Golden Gate Bridge, and Genie will extract the actual Street View imagery to generate a fully playable, interactive 3D world, reimagined entirely in whatever creative style you choose. AI has evolved past being a screen-based tool that waits for your keyboard. It's an active, independent creator, capable of writing its own logic and simulating physical space. We are stepping out of the role of the digital doer and into the role of the director. The value isn't in knowing how to execute a task anymore. It's in knowing which tasks to hand over to the network. The scale of this processing power has massive real-world implications. Google's DeepMind weather model successfully analyzed atmospheric data to predict a Category 5 hurricane making landfall in Jamaica with 80% confidence, a full 5 days before it happened.
But as this software perfectly maps and simulates our world, it creates a massive verification problem. When you can generate a scientifically accurate video or a photorealistic city from a single sentence, our basic trust in digital media collapses. To counter this, Google relies on SynthID. It's an invisible watermark baked directly into the pixels and audio waves of AI content, working silently in Search and Chrome to flag whether an image originated from a real camera or an algorithm. But that verification system only works if competing tech giants actually agree to adopt it across their own platforms. And they are. Major competitors, including OpenAI, are integrating SynthID into their ecosystems, establishing a unified baseline for proving what is real. The tools that will dictate the next decade are autonomous, and they are free. Navigating this landscape means learning how to verify what is true and direct what is artificial. Hit subscribe, and every week we'll break down exactly how to manage these tools so you don't get left behind.